All right, we're at up front in my Toyota 4Runner, and we're picking up Pashyn Santos. You ready to laugh? How's it, Pashyn? How are you?
You're my guy.
Jump on it.
Everybody's guy, but you're my guy today.
Let's go for a ride.
Hey, yes.
Pashyn Santos, welcome to Up Front.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, how you like my Toyota 4Runner? Pretty cool out, first alert weather vehicle.
Cherry.
I know, cherry.
Can go holo holo with Guy Hagi no matter the weather in this car.
I get a feeling like when I'm hanging out with you, I'm gonna talk like more pigeon than I normally talk.
When I hang out with me, I talk more pigeon.
So how this comedy thing all kick off for you? All of a sudden, like I'm looking on social media, YouTube, and you're like all over the place, and you're just cracking me up. But how'd that start? Where's the genesis for all this?
Oh man, thank you. Well, thanks for watching the videos. It started probably back in the day on Vine, just making any kind videos. I started because I wanted to keep in touch with my cousins, and you know, being from a local background, being humorous is in our DNA as well.
Yeah.
So we were just making fun out of everyday stuff that our moms would make us do, or our dads, or just things that we'd run into, and then people started to relate to it. And I think that's where it blew up, because people were relating to the comedy.
So were you always funny? Like as a kid going through school, were you always the one cracking people up?
No, I was so shy.
Really?
Yeah. And so classmates will see me now and they'll be like, "Who are you? Where is this coming from?"
So like you do so many different characters now, right?
I do.
But I mean, what's the one that's closest to you? I mean, do we really know the Pashyn that your family knows, so to speak? I mean, do you reveal that very much?
Not really. I think I'm pretty outgoing, and I like to play a little bit of everybody that I come across in my everyday life. Then me, I don't know. I don't know if my life is as interesting as all these other characters that I get to play.
So what does your family think about all this?
I do my best not to. I don't know. My mom is a school teacher. And my dad comes from construction union and construction background, so he's not too much, but my mom is always like,
oh, being a school teacher, I bet.
Yeah.
Especially busting out the pigeon all the way.
Yeah, totally. So I ask for a lot more forgiveness than I do permission. That's for sure.
Secret to success.
Yeah.
The local people want to see local people succeed. Right? It's like when somebody from our place, our neighborhood succeeds, we feel like it's a little bit of success for us, right?
Totally.
Don't you feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. And that's why I think like the guys like Ian Tongi does so good, or when Max goes out and has his fights, we're like, Max is our cousin. I
know. When Auntie wins $300,000 from the California hotel, that's my auntie.
That's my auntie.
Although she don't know me.
Yeah.
I like audibly heard one of the girls go, "No, for reals, that is gonna be you in 10 years." And I was like, 10?
The social media has given me the ability to practice the art form of acting.
Yeah.
And so it's like a big demo reel for me to be able to get noticed by producers and casting directors. And so we have some films coming up, and then that is also how I was able to be a part of Squid Games.
Oh, that's right. That was did you call that a big break for you?
It was, okay, so I got reached out to by a casting director from here.
Okay, and who was familiar with your stuff, obviously.
Familiar with my stuff, and he was like, you know what, you seem like you would have the perfect fit for this kind of show. You gotta bring out the little bit of the tita, but also the aloha spirit. And when he sent me that message, I thought it was like fake.
Oh, I
bet.
bet.
Like, there's no way that Netflix is reaching out to me.
And you saw Squid Games before this?
I I saw
before the
Squid
game?
Games. Yeah, but I didn't know that it was gonna be like a reality.
Yeah. Oh, so you're familiar with the show?
I was familiar with the show, which
Yeah.
was also kind of scary because I was like,
I don't want to get shot.
I don't want to die. Yeah, I don't want to get shot. So yeah, and then it such a huge break. To be able to not just work with such a huge company like
Yeah.
Netflix, but also see what huge production looks like because
I mean, it was
beforehand-
huge from what I understand. Just the building you guys are in was giant, right?
giant, and they flew us all out to London. There was 456 of us from all over the world, and we full immersion once we got to London.
What did you get out of it?
I definitely a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
Great friends, and the ability to say I was on Netflix's #1 show. Actually,
Yeah.
it was the #1 show worldwide for about 2 weeks. And I don't know if that'll ever happen again, but it was what a wild experience to be a part of.
Aloha, ikomo mai, and welcome to my bubble. Over here, we got choke aloha, good energy, and we support one another. So, don't even think about coming over here with your negative energy, okay? Because you can ikomo bai.
You got this thing, and it's still kind of, you're still kind of on the rise, right? But if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Oh, that's such a good question. I also love writing, and I know that it kind of goes hand in hand since I am writing screenplays, but I also write children's books.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I've published 2 children's books.
So, Pashyn Santos, comedian, published author.
Yes. And I think that one of my biggest heroes growing up was Dr. Seuss, just because I loved the whimsical aspect of the books.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I think that I would love to come out with maybe even half as many books, children's books. So I think I would be an author.
Oh, okay. I like that. But we will be deprived of all your talents, which is of a visual nature.
Thank you.
If today is Sunday and I am blasting music, it equals cleanup day. We cleaning house today and you better not have an attitude about it.
So what are your other passions aside from that passion? Who spelled your name, by the way?
My mom.
Your mom.
And,
Your mom, the school teacher?
Yeah, my mom.
Misspelled passion on purpose?
She said she wasn't a hippie, but you never know with the spelling.
Yeah.
And the name. And growing up, I got Passion Orange Guava like all the time. And for a little while, I was called Pog in school.
Because that's your drink.
Yeah. Now, I need like a full-blown sponsorship or something.
About time. Come on, people. Let's ramp it up here. She needs to be signed up for some endorsements.
And we'll misspell it on the can.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean? That's perfect marketing hook. So where you are now, are you surprised at where you are? Do you still wake up and go, I can't, wow, how'd this all happen? Because I'm like in awe sitting next to you because of the persona that you've created, because of the audience that you have. I mean, I'm just going, wow, you did it all on your own. Do you realize what you did, or? It's a lot, Pashyn. I mean, a lot of people have tried. I mean, social influencers, media, they want to get the popularity and that you've already gained. So
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean,
you don't feel it
we
yet.
definitely grow up, especially here, knowing you gotta stay humble.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, no matter how many people might recognize me throughout the day or want to take pictures, I still gotta go home and wash clothes. I still gotta wash dishes, and my 7-year-old doesn't always think I'm funny. So I think that just like working hard and making sure that the example that I put out will inspire somebody else that comes after me.
Yeah. So how often do you put out content?
I was putting out content once or twice a week, but now that I'm have a film coming up that we're going to be filming and that I'm writing, a little less.
Okay.
Like maybe once a week, maybe once every other week.
Now, how long does it take for one of your vignettes or one of your sketches to to get out there? How long does it take? Because say you shoot it, right? But then there's all the editing involved. And do you do all that?
I do it all, and so I would say like maybe 4 to 8 hours, and then sometimes if it's just like a really quick one, I'll put it out and I will look hammer-jang like I do today because I just came from school drop-off, but those are the ones that go viral and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never brushed my hair.
So we want to see like Pashyn, like as soon as she wake up. We don't want to see the all made up one.
Yeah, just like they just want to see the raw.
In the raw.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think that's the great thing too, because like it's relatable. And you know, because watching it on the phone is so intimate, like sometimes, you know, like people say they watch my content while they're having a rough time or they're at the hospital or right before bed even.
Right.
And so they feel connected to me. They're like, yeah, I told my mom that you're my friend. I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? We are friends. We are. Social media is one of those things where it's so fast-paced and ever-changing that trying to adapt to how people consume is the biggest struggle. And so I have a whole bunch of different characters: the mom, the dad, the brother, the sister, the auntie.
Right.
And then I also have like an alter ego version of myself where I do like story times. Some are completely whimsical and made up, and then others are like real life what happened. And it's just trying to adapt whether or not I should put this content into a skit, or should I just do a story time, or should I make it really Moken into a character, because people will change on how they want to watch something.
Sure.
So yeah, the adaptation of characters is hard.
Pashyn, this sounds like a lot of work all of a sudden. I mean, it was fun, but all of a sudden it's become a job.
I try to keep it as fun as possible, but it definitely is work.
So is it just you and your camera, or you have somebody out there with the camera shooting for? Yeah, no, you have somebody shooting, obviously, with the way it's done. How many people are helping you out?
Sometimes I recruit my siblings to help me.
Okay.
Other times I am doing it tripod, like.
So just set, and then you're moving back and forth with them.
Yeah, totally. And so, yeah, there's gonna be takes where I look totally fine, and then the next shot I'm sweating, and that's because it took me 10 minutes to take the first one.
But you have to be technologically savvy for that too, right? I mean, you've had to learn, I'm sure, all the technology, right? With regard to the cameras and the editing and all of that.
And you know what? I learned as I went. And I think that that's a great tip for anybody that wants to get into it, is to just do it and learn as you go. Mess up as much as you can, because messing up also means learning.
There you go, boys and girls. There you go, boys and girls. Career advice from Pashyn Santos. Who knew?
Go get 'em. Go get 'em. A lot of the times the content doesn't come from me being on my phone all day.
Yeah.
It's from real life situations, which means I gotta put my phone down and be present with everything. And so a lot of the content comes from watching my aunties or seeing a situation happen at the grocery store and taking all of that in and then figuring out how I can make it funny.
That's such sage advice for somebody that depends on social media for your livelihood, to put down the phone.
Yeah, being present, and I mean, because if we see it already online, then it's already been done.
Yeah, yeah.
And so using the creativity to, and it's, some of the young kids are so good at it. It's like, oh, why didn't I think of that? That was so genius. So just do it. Just make your stuff, put it out there. The worst that can happen is that nobody watches it or somebody leaves a bad comment. Just delete it. Delete the comment. You can control it.
Well, Pashyn, just based on who you are and your trajectory, you're headed for some big things. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for the ride, Guy Hagi.
Oh, man. I'll be looking for you on all the platforms. And can't wait for that movie. You got to drop in again and tell us when that movie is about to come on and give us all the details.
I will. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Pashyn. Mahalo for listening to this episode of Upfront with Guy Hagi. Download for free and listen anytime wherever you get your podcasts.